Hello there, farmers. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. Now, today I want to teach you something about poultry farming in combination with azolla, especially the method that I use to feed my birds with this aquatic plant. Now, when I first heard about azolla, I was skeptical, like a plant feeding animals and saving money. Especially that part of saving money. It sounded too good to be true, but today I can say with confidence that azolla really saves my farm. So here I have harvested azolla already and I've measured it was 4 kgs, and now I'm harvesting the duckweed. I combined both duckweed and azolla because they are critical elements that will provide your poultry birds with protein. So as you can see, you can grow them in a container or in a pond, but the containers will never give you enough unless you have too many. So there we got at least a kg. We are going to add more from this pond. If you look at this pond, I don't know whether you can tell from wherever you're watching from, but it is in a cooler place compared to where we plant azolla. So as duckweed likes to survive, or it appreciates more a cooler environment. If you can see the difference between the shaded part and where the sun is falling. Anyway, now it's time to harvest. You need to use a perforated container so that you can get rid of majority of that water. Other things that you guys ask me is whether you need to dry the seedlings or the azolla before you feed to your birds. No, you don't. You can actually take it from the pond that very day and mix it with your feeds, and your birds will still enjoy the protein in it. So we've already gotten our 3 kgs here, so plus the other 4, so we've gotten 7 kgs. We'll now measure the amount of feeds that we need so that we can make the feeds for the 150 birds that I am feeding these specific feeds with. So when you want to achieve the 50% cost savings goal, what you do is that you cut your normal feeds by 50% and then you add azolla to that amount. So here we have had 8 kgs of azolla and 8 kgs of the azolla and duckweed, and the 8 kgs of feeds. Now that is 15 kgs. We mix them thoroughly so that you will have a good consistency such that the birds will be taking the feeds equally. Now we put it in the bucket so that we can go feed the animals, and that is what I usually do whenever I am feeding them with azolla. Look at them. They love this aquatic plant so much that they won't even wait for me to put them in the buckets or in the feeders. They will just feed it. So enjoy the video, and that is how we feed the birds with azolla. Remember, if you would like to also start your feeding, or you'd like to have some seedlings for both duckweed and azolla, you can always call me through 0714 186 I will always deliver, and it doesn't matter where you are in this part of the globe, you can deliver. Kusaidia kumeza. Haya, wekea wa chini sasa. Wekea wa chini. Ongezea wale wa chini huko nyuma yako. Unajua wamesaidiwa na hawa. Ongeza ile. Sometimes I also allow the birds to come out and just scavenge by themselves, look for those worms, all those things that they can find from this grass, the grass itself, any weeds, any fruits, anything that they can scratch from the ground that will help to keep them healthy and give them that indigenous touch. Who are you? Kila mtu akona nyasi ya kukula hapa na pia mkule hadi stiginato. Mure kinyaza fai. Gatha nani ndamure ya ngahona. Mpiguo. Papi, na wewe iga security. My security person. Sasa uko hao papi? Eto marithie itiguo. Kare ukindugirire menu.